So 7-1, I'm going to say that again, 7-1 away against a team in form, difficult pitch, especially first half. Now you're a man of high standards, but you can't have too many complaints, surely.
No, obviously, we're not going to have any complaints to come here and win. Just to come here and win is a challenge in itself. As you say, they've been on a good run, particularly at home. I think they won the last 2 home games. So we knew it was always going to be tough. But we're in a good place at the minute from a confidence perspective. As you've seen today, working the socks off. Some great performances out there. Obviously, the lads who got the goals will get the headlines, but some of the performances, particularly from midfield players again, in terms of their work rate, their effort, was fantastic.
And of course, one of the people who will get the headlines, of course, is Bobby Grant. He walked off the pitch with the match ball tucked into his shirt, hoping he can take that one back to Crosby. 5 goals in 3 games, a beautiful assist today from Bobby Grant as well, but he brings so much more to the team, doesn't he?
He does, and I've said all along, haven't I, before obviously we brought him in, that what type of player that we needed at the top end of the pitch, but there's not many of them. And we're glad we were able to bring Bobby in, and you've seen today, not just in terms of his goals and his work rate, characters and people who've been and played higher bring a different dynamic to the dressing room as well, which brings makes us louder and brings young lads on, and that's what he's done off the pitch as well. So yeah, all in all, he's done really well. Obviously got a hat-trick today, and we just keep going. That's the main thing. It's done now, and it's on to a real tough game against one of probably the best sides in the division next week.
Well, I'm coming on to that one in a moment, but today you had the luxury of bringing Sol Solomon on off the bench. You've got Scott Butler, the new signing, coming in for 20 minutes at the end. Must be great to have that squad depth at this stage of the season.
Well, we talk about squad depth, but every time we seem to sign someone, we lose someone. So we lost Jordan Lussey to a real bad injury last week. Obviously Sol's only just come back, and it wasn't my intention really to use him today, only that he came through training a little bit unexpectedly on Thursday and was lively, so it was an opportunity to get him some minutes. But then we obviously lost Liam Nolan today. He's got a fairly big gash in his foot, so he's going to probably be out for a bit as well. So yeah, we don't really have a luxury of a big squad. We've got a lot of injuries, a lot of long-term injuries. But yeah, made up to bring Scott in. Scott comes, he's aggressive. I think you've seen that just in the 20 minutes he was on. He's done really well at Nantwich, got a lot of non-league games under his belt, and he's very single-minded to want to do well. But yeah, I've gone from having a lot of midfield players on my books to now not having many. So again, we just got to keep working. But as I keep saying, and I said before we signed Bobby, it's no good just to keep signing players. You've got to sign players that fit what you're trying to do. We always knew that what type of centre forward we needed. Not many out there, so hence the reason why we waited, and obviously we looked at other options, and then Bobby became a potential option. We've done that. We've done that with Scott. Been looking for another centre back because obviously Johnny's been out injured for a long period of time. We're waiting for Scott for a few weeks now. So we've waited, and that's happened. And we're looking for another midfielder, and we have been. This might expedite that process. Because now we're down to basically the lads that finish the game really, and we need another holding midfield play from somewhere.
So that victory, that consolidates Marine's position in the playoffs in 3rd place. You've mentioned it already, Neil. Big game against Worksop a week today. I mean, just how big is that game in Marine season now?
I think they're all big games. There's lots of teams, challenging to want to be in the playoffs. It's quite a tight league. It's starting to open up a little bit now. It's very tight around Christmas, and we had a couple of bad results, and people question what we're doing. But I think you've just got to place trust in the people that are doing the job. We all want to win football matches, but we've also got to realise where we're at, what we're trying to do. And from a club perspective, it's not just about boom and bust or bringing play. It's about getting the right people in and the right players in. It's going to take us forward, not just for now, but for the future. And Worksop, from an experience perspective, probably the most experienced team in the league, I would think, from a player's perspective. Real good side. I know we won there 1-0, but I think Felix Goddard made some unbelievable saves. We're down to 10 men for a long period, but it's the next game. They're all tough games. Anyone can beat anyone at any given time, and I'll start thinking about Worksop after I've enjoyed this one. I think far too often in my career anyway, particularly when I was younger, I was moved too quickly on to the next one and didn't enjoy what we've achieved. And as I say, you know, great credit to everyone involved today. To come here and win is a tough ask, but to come here and do it the way we did, you know, was great credit to the players on the back of the results last Monday. You know, I don't think we got enough credit for that against Bradford on a Monday night after a tough game, big win last Saturday, beating Widnes obviously in the Senior Cup. So we've got to look at the positives. There will be negatives along this road, but the positives are we're on the way forward, that on the path that I'd like us to be on. I am what I am. I'll always look for improvements, and that usually comes in the form of, you know, teaching. But you've seen today from me, and I said it last week, I think, on this, you know, Harvey and Owen Robinson, you know, alongside Louis and Nolo. Nolo's probably having his best game for us until he got injured. Unfortunately, it was a bad one in terms of the gash. But when you've got lads in the middle of the pitch willing to work that hard, you've always got a chance. And then obviously you've got the lads defending, two fullbacks come in, been excellent, you know, front foot, alongside obviously at this moment Josh and Chris. And good that we've been able to do Luke till the end of the season. I think it's been a real plus point after that. You know, I was being devastated to what happened to Felix. So yeah, and as you say, Bobby's come in and Sol's on his way back and Finn's on his way back now, because you mustn't forget them two have missed, you know, fairly big parts of the season through injury, and that takes a bit of time to get back up to speed. But yeah, we've come here, we've won, and I'm absolutely made up.
Well, as you say, Neil, great team performance, one to enjoy tonight and on the coach on the way back.
Yeah.
Thanks as ever for your time. Thank you. Appreciate it.